Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Had to Be There. This may not be the first episode you're listening to, but it sure as shit is the very first one we ever recorded. So thank you for listening. If you enjoy this episode, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, keep an eye out for us on iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere else you may listen to podcasts. This episode is brought to you by Furry Turkey, our podcast media partner and provider of merchandise. Check out their t-shirts and merchandise, including exclusive Had to Be There merch at www.furryturkey.com. This episode is also brought to you by Board at Work. Check out boardatwork.shop for some awesome skateboarding t-shirts and hoodies. Hope you enjoy our very first episode. Let's do this thing.
Shut up and sit down.
Abby Hurt and Mommy Mike present Had to Be There podcast.
Well, should we kick things off, dude?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. First annual, just once a year.
Just once a year, we build up the anticipation. We do it for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And we build up the anticipation.
Yeah, just one a month, an hour a month, and we're just good. That'd be so long.
Could you imagine?
They've done like podcast marathons where they've gone like 24, 48 hours and just like rotate guests and stuff. I get so sick of talking.
Yeah, I'd be over it after a while. I get sick of talking after 8 hours.
I remember when I was in sales, like in real sales.
Yeah.
I'd get like my mom or like my girlfriend would call me after work and I would just, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to anyone right now. I've been talking to people on the phone all day long. All I want to do is just be by myself.
I'm like that way right now. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely tough when you're in sales and you're fucking talking all day and you're an introvert.
Yeah.
Or like an extroverted introvert.
Yeah, like we both are.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome. What is it called? You Had to Be There. I came up with the fucking name and I already forgot it.
The tribe, welcome.
The tribe is here, welcome. You had to be there. No one's going to understand a thing that we're saying until like 50 episodes is deep.
So in a couple of years, probably.
When more people than just our moms are listening to it.
And sisters. And they're liking everything that we post.
Yeah. So stupid.
But it's going to be exclusive. So if you want to be part of the tribe.
Yeah, you get to grow with us. You guys listening to this right now are like ground level tribe members and you don't even know it yet. And you're just going to grow and you're going to love the shit that we do. You're going to buy all our t-shirts. You're going to come hang out with us. You're going to submit Fuckboy Fridays. Who knows? The sky's the limit because we don't know what the fuck is going to happen. So
it's going to be pretty much about nothing that anybody's going to understand. So
yeah.
Welcome.
It's, well, like you said earlier, like college is just all about learning how to bullshit. So I guess we'll just bullshit. Like
we'll just bullshit it's just going to be it'll probably be just a normal conversation.
Yeah.
It's going to offend a lot of people, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I have to build myself up for an entire week, and then I have to mix in a Red Bull.
Yeah. Like, not too late, because other than, if I do that, I start hallucinating. And then I can't sleep, and I lay in bed and hallucinate and spin, and it's not like the fun kind of that stuff happening. It sucks. But if you do it like right away, like I would say like 1:27 p.m. is like kind of my cutoff. Maybe like 2:16.
I usually try not to eat then.
Yeah.
So I just have a Snickers
Dude,
bar.
that's when you get full drinking, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Because you're like, and when you're not like already like tipsy or drunk, like, and you're just like full and you can't drink anymore.
Yeah.
And you don't feel anything.
That's what happens when I smoke too.
Yeah. You get full.
Yeah. Like cigars, whatever.
Yeah.
You just get full.
Yeah.
Or like it's all the carbonation and shit.
Yeah. I think carbonation is huge.
That's why I can't drink beer that much.
Yeah. I'll get super full on LaCroix. I'll have like little like starving baby gut.
So like a 20-year-old white girl.
Yeah.
So you get full on LaCroix.
Yeah, like well, yeah, and then my stomach looks like a 20-year-old white girl after Chipotle.
Or after she gets impregnated.
Yeah, either one. Can they even still do that? I don't think pregnancy is a thing anymore.
Please explain. Please.
I haven't heard about it for a while.
What do you mean?
Since Area 51, really, and Bob Lazar,
So there's no more people getting pregnant
You know,
in
I
the
think-
world?
Yeah. Well, because, like, we kind of busted it open. And I think the Stork story is kind of like a premonition to, what is actually happening. And I think because we now know that aliens exist, they've given up the system of, like, oh, we got to put the baby in the girl, and then the girl's got to get the baby out. No, they just, like, do what they've always wanted to do and just direct deliver to our door like Amazon.
The aliens are doing this.
Yes. And the Stork story, because they used to do that, and that's where the Stork story comes from, because the Stork would deliver the things, but really it was an alien, and they would just disguise themselves to look like these, like, giant birds
Like
with
cloaking.
long legs that don't actually exist.
Like cloaking.
Yeah.
Like they would cloak themselves into looking like a stork.
Yeah, it's actually probably like a cloak drone or something.
Could they talk like in the cartoons, like how storks can talk? How they have the little hats
Did you ever see
on?
that movie, Storks? It was
No,
like a DreamWorks, like, Shrek animation type deal.
Yeah, wasn't it short though? Or was it a normal length movie?
It was a normal length movie, like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
But do you remember them like walking up to the door and dropping the baby down, and they wore little hats?
Yeah.
They were like blue little hats, like sailor hats.
Yeah, yeah. Storks is about like it's like about like a Storks factory in the sky that deliver babies, and then there's this like kind of screw up kid because he's like only half stork. He's like a pelican or something. And then there's this like douchey ass pigeon guy that he's like kind of middle management at the Stork factory, and he's just a dick.
How do you remember this?
It's only like 2 or 3 years old. I like
Really?
saw it recently. Yeah. It
Or you
came
just watched it 2 or 3 years ago.
no, because I saw it in theaters. It came out the same time as like Secret Life of Pets because I saw that one too.
Why the fuck? Why the fuck did you go to the movie theater to see a movie about storks?
Because it it was actually hilarious. It was like a children's movie, but it was hilarious. I was crying laughing.
Yeah,
at it.
that's like Toy Story or all of those movies too.
Mhm.
They're all like children's movies, but there's adult humor in all of them, especially Toy Story.
Yeah, I heard Toy Story
you
4 has some adult humor.
Did it come out?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? You haven't seen it?
I heard Lion King sucked.
That's-
We saw
I
the
heard
trailer
Aladdin sucked,
and it was
too.
weird. I saw on it was like Twitter or Instagram. I saw some artist posted like the live action Lion King and then the live action Lion King, and he had put like cartoon eyes, and that was it. Like he just put like better cartoon eyes on it, still
Yeah.
animated and stuff,
Right.
and it looked so much more like legit. It was like real lions, but with like cartoon enough eyes and facial features that it like made sense that they were talking.
Yeah.
Because like even the trailer looked just like
Too real.
Animal Planet documentary where they were like trying to make the meerkats sing or something.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. What was that? What was that meerkat deal where he's like looking
Oh,
around?
hey, Steve!
Yeah.
Steve! No, it's not Steve. What is it?
Let me see. I'll pull it up.
That's so funny. Steve!
How do you spell meerkat?
No idea. M-E-A-R.
Alan.
Alan!
Alan.
Alan!
Yeah, I like for a while there. We would go see movies like all the time because we lived in that little apartment.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's right.
Tuesday nights, it's like $5 movie tickets. So you just
Did
go.
you have a movie theater in that building?
No.
Why did I think that it was in that building?
I don't know.
They had a bunch of shit in that building. I
Yeah.
thought they for sure had a movie
We just
theater.
went there. The one in West End was like 10 minutes from us. We just would go there.
That movie theater's expensive. When you
Yeah.
go there, like during the weekend, it's $20.
Yeah, Tuesday it's $5. Same up here.
Yeah.
$5 on Tuesdays.
Oh, nice.
We went on.
That's like every movie theater. Isn't
yeah.
it? Like every movie
most
has
of
it.
them I think do it
Yeah.
now, but it was like those big ones started doing it.
Yeah.
I don't like. Why isn't it a Monday? You'd think there'd be like, it'd be harder to get people
Did
to
you
go on
hear
a
that?
Monday.
Did you hear that? It was Lion King. Lion King did the biggest Monday in Disney history
Really?
in front of Pirates of the Caribbean. The biggest Monday in history was like they did like 20 million.
What's the biggest movie Monday ever?
That's
Good
oh
that-
well, it's Disney. I don't know the biggest. The biggest isn't the biggest movie ever Avatar?
No.
Oh no, it's Avengers.
Yeah,
It's one of the
Avengers just passed it.
Yeah.
Endgame or whatever.
Yeah.
I never saw that. Did you?
Uh-uh.
I saw the
I
first
don't
one,
do
so I
Avengers
probably
movies.
should see the second one just to wrap it up. But you know what kind of pisses me off? They're all like, Endgame, this is the last one. They're already coming out with more. Is that just like the last Avengers one, but there's still gonna be more Marvel ones?
I think so. Yeah, because they have to. There's
There's too many stories. I'd have my brother-in-law explain half the movie to me when we left.
there's like a bunch of a bunch more characters that they have to go through that they haven't even told stories of. So it's not the Avengers.
Oh, so all the shit characters that no one even cared about when they were comic books?
Exactly. So it's all of those.
If I have to do research into what you were before the movie, just don't put them in the movie.
Don't make a solo movie about them that no one cared about when they were comics.
Yeah. Black Panther was legit. That was like one of my that and Iron Man I would say are like that and Black Panther and Iron Man are my favorite like Marvel
Iron
movies,
Man,
I'd say.
for sure.
Did you see Wonder Woman? That's DC, but that was a great movie.
Yeah, I'm a DC comic person. Well, mainly because of Batman. I can't say I'm a DC comic person. No.
So it was like Christopher Nolan when Christian Bale, like the real Batman, was playing Batman. Was that was based on DC, right? But it wasn't a DC film, or was it?
I don't know.
Because like Ben Affleck was like straight DC, like he was gonna do like all the Justice League collabs with like Wonder Woman and stuff. Yeah. But I know like Christopher Nolan when Christian Bale was doing Batman, they were like trying to base it more off the comic books because the comic books were like really dark. Yeah. Where some of the older movies I think were based more on like the cartoon Batmans.
Oh, that would make sense.
And like the old like Alan West Batmans where they're like a little like when George Clooney and what was that other guy? The little like rinky-dink guy.
The little guy that plays the Are you talking about the Penguin dude? Or
no,
are you
that's
talking
Danny DeVito. The guy who plays Batman.
I don't know.
Like Michael Keaton, right?
I don't know.
I think it was Michael Keaton. He was.
All I can remember is the Penguin.
This guy, yeah, he played Batman.
Oh yeah. They were trying to make him more. Like
it was like sexy and like he was more of like it was almost like James Bond where he's like this like big playboy guy.
Yeah.
Whereas like the Christian Bale ones was like he was like a tormented dark soul that just wanted to go and not kill people but get them arrested. Yeah,
that was a good movie. I love those movies. He's a crazy good actor.
Do you think Batman like will ever? Wasn't that what Ben Affleck's was? Like it kind of broached that line of him killing someone or like using weapons or something. I never saw that one.
I didn't either.
I never saw Batman vs Superman either.
I didn't either because that was with. Was that with Ben Affleck and?
I think so. Yeah.
No, I never saw that. I'm like really don't like the Marvel comics, so I just won't go. I don't like those.
Do you see Into the SpiderVerse? This seems like a Chris Farley interview where I'm just rapid firing. Did you remember? Nope. Do you remember that? Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, yeah. Oh nope, never saw that. That was funny. Had to be. Oh, it must have been one of those you had to be there type things.
Let me talk about all the stuff that you had to be there for, so that not only is our audience completely lost,
I'm confused.
You're completely lost too.
I'm confused as to why you're going down this line of questioning with movies that I've clearly never seen.
It's an interrogation. I'm going to prove you guilty by the end of it. We should just have like a movie marathon one day, and I'll fall asleep because I always fall asleep. Can't stay up during movies, but you can get caught up.
Do you fall asleep at theaters?
I have, but I usually go grab like a Red Bull or something before.
I can't fall asleep at theaters. I don't fall asleep very easily.
Not to keep talking about movies, but I feel like I have a few more movie questions.
Jesus.
Now I forgot them though. So we can move on.
You know what okay, this is actually not a bad segue into one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about. Okay. It was about female comics.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're walking a tight line here.
Yeah, I think they're funny, right? I think like Melissa McCarthy's hilarious because she's naturally funny, right?
Yeah.
And and I think this is true of one of the probably the best male comedians that people would say arguably of all time is
Brian Callen.
No, Jim Carrey. I don't think that he's funny because I think he's trying too hard to be funny. Or he's way over the top. Yeah. That's what people like about him. I think, and probably because, this is the way that I look at it, I feel like there are a lot of female comedians that that try too hard, that I just don't think are funny. Yeah. But I don't know if it's the sense of humor that I like, and I just don't like that.
A little bit of both. I mean, everyone's got their taste. Because, like, in my opinion,
you know what I'm saying?
Because who do you think like tries too hard?
Chelsea Handler. Even though she's a talk show host.
Yeah. I've heard she's, like, a fucking legit comedian, though. Like,
I haven't heard her other than, like, on her talk show,
Yeah.
so I guess I'm speaking out of school a little bit.
I think, like, because I've never heard her stand up, but from what I've heard from, like, other podcasts and stuff, like, she's, like, a legit funny comedian.
Right.
Because I was going to say, like, Melissa McCarthy, I feel like she kind of almost tries too hard. Where she has a new movie out where it's for, like, her and Tiffany Haddish, who's hilarious.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit more serious, but it's still kind of comic-y. Yeah. That's the vibe I like more, where it's not like this over-the-top stuff. But, like, her, Kristen Wiig, Tina Fey, stand-up wise, like Whitney Cummings, Christina Pazitsky, that Ally McCoskey that I showed you, that really young girl who started on Kill Tony.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got like that one long story, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be huge funny. Someday.
Yeah, she's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's probably just the type.
Well, and like everyone has different senses of humor too. Like.
Yeah, right. They don't apply. It doesn't apply to everybody.
Yeah.
There's people that.
But there's like, in my opinion.
There's people that think Brian Callen's funny, and he's just not. So.
There's, and it's all difference of opinion, but there's shitty male comics.
Oh,
too.
yeah, 100%.
And there's so many female comics that are better than male comics that probably get more attention than them because they're a guy. But I would say Whitney Cummings is one of the funniest people on earth.
And I would say here's another thing, right? I think that the comics that I'm familiar with, the male comics, that's what they do. Like, they do comedy, whereas the female comics, they do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or the ones that I'm aware of, the ones that I've seen, they do acting, they do TV shows, they do talk shows, whatever. Whereas like the male comics, I don't know, that's all they do. Like, you don't see some of them on movies. You don't see a lot of them on TV shows.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like the guys are probably promoted way more.
Yeah.
Realistically, not fair, but they're promoted way more.
Probably, yeah.
Because, I mean...
I think you just see more of them.
Yeah, like, that's
what I'm saying. Well, and,
saying.
the ratios are so...
Yeah, the ratios
overwhelmed.
Are skewed. Yeah, right.
It was kind of cool, that Kill Tony podcast, where they do, 60 minutes to stand up, or 60 seconds to stand up, and then they get, roasted or whatever.
Right.
That's where that Ally McCoskey started, and because of, they kind of know the stigma around, it's all male comics.
Yeah, right.
They would have 2 female regulars, so instead of having to get pulled out of the bucket, they picked 2 female comics, and Ally was one of them.
Yeah.
That every week they got to do a minute. So, regardless of what the bucket was, if it ended up being all guys, they would still have 2 girls on
That's
the show.
a good point too. It's more skewed. It's way more skewed. And the numbers are way more skewed.
Even now they have just a male regular, but if they go the whole show without pulling a girl's name, they'll just skip all the guys until they get to a girl for the last comic, because they're we need to
right.
Which is so cool. I feel like a lot of people don't go out of their way to do that type of stuff.
Right. That's probably too why my view's skewed in terms of male comics versus female comics, because the male comics are put out there so much more because of the mix of males to females. So it's probably more skewed. They're just the males are put out there more in their comedy roles, to where the females aren't. So that probably skews my view too. I don't know. And it's got to be a relatable thing too, right?
Yeah, probably.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
A male listening to a male is some of the stuff. Well, obviously, there's stuff that's just more relatable.
Yeah, all the jerking off jokes.
Yeah, seriously though, and then I would say the same. I would say the same question to a female. I just don't find some of them funny because I think they're over the top. Same thing with guys, but I just notice it more because it's a female versus a male.
Yeah.
Whereas they would say the same thing. They'd be like,
they're not talking about stuff that interests you. So it could be as funny as the funniest thing ever, but if you're not interested in it,
like your wife, my girlfriend, they hate hearing us talk about Chris D'Elia. Seriously.
Yeah.
If we talk about him over and over because everything he says is hilarious, they get pissed.
Yeah.
Because they don't see how funny, but seriously, they don't see how funny it is compared to how we see how funny it is.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think that's probably the same thing.
Yeah. Did you see that tsunami wave pool video?
What?
So there's like a wave. There's a wave pool in China.
And it's as big as a tsunami wave?
No, so it's like got different settings, and one of the employees got shit-faced at work and turned it up to the max, and just it was rocking people. I'll pull it up for you.
I seriously.
Just turns it up to 11 and lets her rip.
Dude, oh my god, look at how big that wave is. It's like 15 feet tall.
Like, why is that a setting? Like, why can that do that?
Oh, dude, there's a bunch of them. These ones aren't as good as the first one. The first one just rocked people. Dude, have you ever been in a wave pool though for like an extended period of time when you were younger? Exhausting.
I get my stomach like starts to hurt.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. Oh, I saw you have to use. Yeah, and like you're like, then you're getting like all jostled around from the wave, so you're like all shaken up.
Oh man.
You get water in your ears, so your head's hurting. You get water up your nose, so it's your brain.
My stomach didn't hurt because I didn't have 7 hot dogs before I went in the water. I'm not sitting there slamming hot dogs and then going in the water.
I never said you were.
Yeah, I'm saying you did. You said your stomach hurt. I'm not sitting there pounding hot
not from
dogs.
eating before, from just getting jostled like a shaken
like
baby.
Like a baby.
Like a shaken baby.
Oh.
Just getting jostled.
No, my stomach usually never hurts. In a wave pool. But hey, you know, to each their own. Literally my least favorite saying. To each their own.
What does that even mean?
Hey, no, man, shut up. To each their own.
Let's agree to disagree. No, I gotta be right here.
No, I'm just gonna disagree because I don't agree.
If like I want to be right or wrong. If I leave this and I don't know what if I leave this and I don't know that you know that I'm right or wrong, it's gonna piss me off.
Let's agree that I'm right. That we agree to disagree. Perfect. If you agree.
Not good enough for me. No, if I say, need to get to a resolution.
If I say
I'm right and you're wrong, or you're wrong and I'm right. Wait. Or I'm wrong and you're right.
If I okay, so I agree to disagree. And you say, yeah. Okay, perfect, I'm right. Yep, we both agree to disagree. I was right. Because I said it first.
Agree, so I'm sitting here fuming.
No, but if you said yeah. If I say, let's just agree to disagree, and you go, yeah, then I say, perfect, ding, I'm right for agreeing to disagree first. and then you're like, you sit there and you go, oh, fuck.
That's a loophole. Do you use that in your arguments?
Isn't that smart? No, I never use that, because I hate that saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to each their own, you know?
To each their own, dude. I couldn't figure out the, could care less thing forever. We're like
couldn't care less or could care less.
Like you're supposed to say couldn't care less.
No, it's a double negative, so then you do care. Couldn't care less.
No.
No, double negative would have to have. Yeah,
it's not a double negative. Could care less is like, because if you say I could care less, there's room for you to care less than you do right now. But if you can't care less, you're at the max bottom.
Yeah. Okay, same now I see it.
It's not anyways. It's anyway.
So it's similar to a double negative.
I'm trying to teach English here to dyslexic. It's just not going to work ever.
Dude, I'm good at doing one thing. It's reading emails. That's it.
Yeah, and typing them finger by finger super slowly on your BlackBerry.
How much does it piss you off when you watch someone
my mom
do finger pecks on the keyboard? Hey, dude, go to a class because they teach them at college and learn home row keys. Oh wait, they teach them in preschool now.
Yep.
I know you're gonna say that. Oh, yeah. Dude, they don't teach them in college. No, I know they teach it.
No, I was gonna say. Oh, and also they teach them earlier too. So for sure, learn home row. Yeah, I see people and it's not just old people. Dude. There is an old guy on my team not an old guy. He was a young guy that used to be on my team, and he would sit there
he turned old because he did that.
Bang the keyboard, just one letter at a time.
And then he turned old because he started doing that, and you're like, dude, you're gaining 5 years every day that you come into the office and you type like that.
Yeah.
And you're about to die.
Home road's the fountain of youth. It keeps you young.
Kind of like Red Bull.
Yeah.
Ponce de
de
Leon.
Sorry, guys, you had to be there.
Oh, jeez.
I have a great system because our fridge is so full. I'm being very aware that every time I go in for a new beer, I got to replace it with a warm one, so that I'm never gonna be without cold beer.
Would literally forget. Already forgot, actually.
Your whole thing's in there, so you don't have to worry about it.
No, I'm saying
because you're drinking White Claws.
But what I'm saying
you got a
is,
purse pack of White Claws.
Hey, dude, talk to every other male that slams White Claw on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I've seen it before, multiple times, and I respect it, but I can't do it. It reminds me too much of LaCroix.
My stomach hurts pretty bad. Well, but that's like Red... Sometimes you have to push through it, and I keep plugging it like we're sponsored by Red Bull. We're not. But that's how I feel when I drink vodka Red Bull. When I drink Red Bull, and I'm like, wow, there should be vodka in this. And that's literally all I can think. That's what you drink
when you LaCroix. You're like, this should be...
No, like when I drink a Red Bull, I think... Oh my gosh, this should be a vodka Red Bull. Whereas, like, you're saying you drink a LaCroix and it tastes like White Claw to you. Or White Claw reminds you of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's like a vodka Red Bull. Yeah. Or, like we said with orange juice. Like, there should be a little taste of alcohol in there.
Dude, I was listening to this podcast with Joe Rogan. He was in Hawaii and he was hunting axis deer, which costs like $50,000 to go do that, apparently. But they were all hanging out in a hotel room, and he was drinking... What do you call it? Like a motherfucking turkey or something. Like, I don't... He had a funny name for it. Doesn't matter. But it was Red Bull, red wine, and tequila.
No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. Just because the combination sounds gross.
Yeah.
And I can't drink red wine. So
it kind of sounds like sangria, though, doesn't it? Because Red Bull's going to add like a little bit of sweetness but a little bit of bitterness too. And then you have the red wine, and then you get the tequila or vodka or whatever was in it.
Have you ever had a sangria?
I don't know.
No, don't.
No, I actually don't know. I've probably tried it before. I've never like... It's too sweet for me. I can't do that. Have you ever heard of Mangria?
No.
It's what is his name? Adam Carolla's thing. He does like a ton of like radio and podcasts and stuff. He came up with Mangria.
What is it?
It's just sangria for men, dude. I don't know. It's like skinny jeans. Like it used to be like sangria used to only be for girls, just like skinny jeans used to only be for girls. But now skinny jeans and Mangria are for everyone.
Hey, great segue into male rompers. Same thing.
No one buys those seriously though. Do you think? You're right. There's probably people.
You know where we live, and then you know where other males struggle to call them males because wearing a male romper is questionable. There's people that wear them for real. And people meaning men.
So my question is, do they have a zipper so that you can at least not have to pull down your whole outfit and stand at the urinal?
Dude, the crazy thing is though, the guys who wear those on a regular basis don't need a zipper.
Oh, okay.
So they actually do need to pull their pants down the entire way.
They poop every time they pee?
Yeah, they sit. That's why they sit down.
Oh, okay.
So that would make sense. That's why they made them. They made them specifically for that reason.
That makes sense.
But it pisses me off.
Yeah.
I mean, did I think about getting one for 4th of July? 100,000% I did.
I mean, I've thought about doing a lot of things, but if you don't actually do them, it doesn't count.
Kind of like doing stuff with your left hand. Never counts when you do it with your left hand.
Especially if it's asleep.
Or if you're left-handed and you do it with your right hand. If you do it with your offhand, it doesn't count.
Do your hands ever get mad at each other? Or like mad at you for like cheating on them? Because they could slap you technically if they wanted to. You'd have some say in it probably, but they could do it.
You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your hands.
I could see that happening. They haven't yet.
You made that weirder than it needed to be.
I was kind of confused.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, when you have dyslexia, you get confused about a lot.
Do you know Michael Jordan had the hands of a 7'6" guy?
How the fuck do you know that?
I saw it on Instagram the other day. It was
Oh,
like,
wait, hang on.
Moses Malone was like 7 feet tall, and he had the hands of a 5'10" guy, and Michael Jordan was 6'4", and he had the hands of a 7'11" guy. And I'm probably just
Dude,
their
wait,
7-Eleven.
is that
Not 7-Eleven.
Oh, like
7 feet.
Oh, like Yao Ming, 7-Eleven?
Yeah. Was he 7'11"?
I don't know, he's huge.
How are his smoothies? No, wait, they don't do smoothies.
What?
They do,
Who does smoothies?
slushies. I've never been to a 7-Eleven before.
They do. I think they do slushies.
I was always jealous of them.
Hey, okay, can we go back for a second? Rewind. 7-Eleven. We'll come back to it. So you know how you said you saw it on Instagram, something about Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Sports reference.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, you said in the car, hey, dude, did you see that picture of Ed Reid smoking a cigar just walking up the training camp? And it was like a caption or a meme saying Ed Reid just doesn't give a fuck? Dude, Ed Reid's been retired since 2015, so I don't believe anything that you say.
He's on the bench. They could throw him
Yeah,
in
I
anytime.
don't believe anything you say when it comes to sports references on Instagram. It's a 7-Eleven guy, dude, and Ed Reid came out of retirement.
I had
Get the fuck out
the general
of here.
context of the Michael Jordan thing right. 7-Eleven might be stretching it.
But you
it
had
was-
zero of the context right about Ed Reid. You're like, yeah, dude, he's still
But to
playing.
be fair, the caption said showing up to training camp like a boss. So
Hey, dude, do a little research. Does he look like he's 75?
don't have time.
Does he look?
Don't
Don't have time.
Don't have time.
Don't have time.
Gotta keep
Don't
scrolling.
have time.
I see that. Gotta keep scrolling. What's the next gen? I don't have time to dig
You
deep.
don't have time.
There was not even a link in the bio. How was I supposed to do it? I just took it at face value. Did he look old as fuck? Yeah.
Did you
But-
take 7-Eleven at face value? Yeah, you might have.
You know what? I don't
You
remember
might
the
have.
numbers exactly, but it's,
You might have.
See,
Yeah.
this podcast. I thought this podcast, like earlier this week, I was thinking about it, and I was like, "Oh, this podcast could be me doing my best to piss you off." But now you've turned around without even knowing that was my goal, and now you've pissed me off.
Hey, dude, let's agree to disagree. Okay, I'm right. See? Pissing you off.
I didn't say
There you
that.
go. Bringing it back around full circle. Pissing you off.
So we're like half circle because we just talked about that like 10 minutes ago. Full circle would be talking about like the kick-ass intro music that we played.
That was a long intro.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that we were doing stuff. And then the second song started, and it's like, well, do we cut it off or do we let it go? I don't know.
I mean, it is a little difficult to start when you
Yeah.
have nothing. Well, there's really nothing to start with. We're just starting. Hey, guys, welcome.
Do you think most people just trash their first podcast?
We're not trashing this shit.
No. That, like,
Who gives
we're
a
given full visibility into everything that we do. Like, I heard someone tell me, maybe it was like Chris Lee's brother, because he just started a podcast. That's
Well, we
pretty good.
can't give full visibility because I'm under the table right now.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. We don't have cameras yet, so we're good to go.
Okay,
there.
Chris D'Elia's brother.
But he was like, he said like he kind of like maybe he was just like mess around like doing like because he does a lot of phone call interviews and stuff. So maybe he was just like playing around with it
Yeah.
and seeing like how it uploaded. But I feel like people kind of like they'll maybe like record a couple and then trash those and then start doing it for real. Like after they get a few out of the way. I don't want to do that though. That just sounds stupid. Like, why waste the time?
Well, and like the best podcasts I've listened to are it's kind of cool to like see the progression of like the sound was terrible. It was weird. The beginning was weird.
Yeah.
It was kind of janky. And then as they get better, you're like, oh, sound quality's better. They must have a soundproof room now. They
Yeah,
must
like
be...
when we get some mics.
Seriously though, that's like what it sounds like. Like if you listen to any podcast, it's been
Yeah.
for a really long time. Unless you're Joe Rogan and you just start off with.
No, he started off on his couch in his living room in front of a laptop. So
That's like there's that other comedian that always takes his shirt off. Kind of fat
Bert
guy.
Kreischer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like how he started. Like he just started in like his man cave and then
That's where he still is.
yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
His he does ones with like guests and he does like a cool hang. He's a good interviewer.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of just bullshit and stuff. But his podcast called Open Tabs because he's a huge like raging alcoholic.
Oh yeah.
He's a party animal. So it's open tabs, like an open bar tab.
Yeah.
But it's all his open tabs on his computer and phone from the week. So he just goes through it like porn and all, like, yeah, I was watching that. Like he'll do like in-depth stuff and like all like the news and YouTube videos there's on, and he'll just go through it, and then he includes links to. Almost, I don't think he includes links to like all the weird stuff on there, but like all the YouTube videos and like news articles and stuff, he'll post links so then you can like kind of follow along with them. And I never do that, but I just listen to him because he does a good job of explaining it. I think it was kind of like the quintessential like my idea thing where I come up with like a name first and then just make other stuff fit into that.
Yeah, right.
And usually don't ever follow through on it. I feel like he came up with the name Open Tabs and was like, well, now I can just do this. Like
this is the first. If you think about it, this is along with our other idea, is like the first thing where like we come up with a name. We're like, hell yeah, like we have to do that.
Yeah, Furry Turkey. I don't think we've even talked about that.
No, we haven't.
Furry Turkey. Just was that was on the way to golf or the way home from golf or?
I don't even.
I know for a fact it was after I locked my keys in the trunk.
Start of the fuck factor.
Yeah, the fucking fuck factor.
Did you guys have any fuck factors? Maybe I'm the fuck factor.
You are the fuck factor, dude. You're the only constant. No, we show up to golf at this hole-in-the-wall place. There's this little shack, and you can see the guy's trailer like way out in the back of the driving range, like parked behind a little fence. And this old little rink-a-dink guy sitting in his rink-a-dink shed.
No. He wasn't sitting in the shed first.
Oh yeah, he's all giving golf lessons
to his daughter.
Yeah,
his 25-year-old daughter.
Yeah, and he comes in like, oh, what do you guys want to do? Oh, it's just 3 rounds of golf or 3 people golf, like 2.5, whatever. And then it was like
3.5.
It was like $24 total.
Yeah.
And we pulled out a card. He goes, oh, cash only. And we have what, like,
all right,
$18?
Who the fuck is cash only anymore?
Guys that don't want the government to know where they are.
That's a good point.
Who live in their trailer at the end of a driving range at a little pitch and putt. It's not even a full golf course. The guy just mowed his yard to be a golf course.
Think about it, dude.
And is making bank on it.
In the summer, he probably makes bank.
Yeah.
And then whatever.
I bet he makes enough to cover the property taxes for that place. And then he just lives in the trailer. And then he probably makes enough where he's the type of guy, he'll go live on like a just catamaran in the Keys for the winter.
Didn't you say that he was a golf pro?
Yeah,
like
he's a really good golfer.
Dude, he probably lives in Florida or something. Goes down to Florida.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and just hangs out up there.
Dude, that'd be
in
the
summer.
dream. If you were just like a single guy and you were good at golf and good at like skiing or snowboarding or something, and you just all summer long you just go to like LA or Phoenix or something or Palm Springs and be a golf pro, because they make like 6 figures out there.
Oh yeah,
giving lessons and stuff.
You're legit, yeah.
And then you just like ski instruct or snowboard instruct all winter.
That would be insane.
My mom, she'd go like on girls trips out to Aspen, and they met this guy who was like a bartender and ski instructor out there. His name was Deep. I met him. He's super cool. Like really, really big, like long, almost like Crystalia type hair.
Yeah.
Or did you ever see Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like the Scott, the guy with the scar.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that, but taller and a little bulkier. He would couch hop and bartend and ski instruct all winter long in Aspen Snowmass, and then he'd make enough money to go up down to like the Keys or the Bahamas, and he has a boat down there, and he would just sail and just live on his boat the whole summer.
Dude, that would be insane.
It'd be
it'd be so much simpler.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would like that or not like that.
Like, you probably have no retirement savings, you have no property, you have no assets, but in a way it is kind of simpler.
You have no overhead.
Yeah.
There's no overhead.
What's the worst case scenario?
Right.
Nothing. Like,
I think the hardest thing, and what, he's probably a single dude, right? Is like you don't want to drag somebody into that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're like, if I'm gonna do this, I should probably just be single and like do my thing.
At that point, you probably have to like, if you do want a relationship, you probably have to change your whole life.
Yeah, right. And he's like, nah, I'm
Unless
just gonna
you
do
find
my...
someone that's doing that already.
Yeah, right.
Then you're probably
like,
way too similar people, and you'll never work. Like
you don't care enough. Like neither of you.
Like
care
we
enough.
can keep our boats like by each other, but we can't be together.
Well,
We're just too similar.
Think about it. It's probably a shit ton of work
Yeah.
compared to like what they do. They're like, I just fend for myself and like, but nah. Fuck it,
Yeah. Oh,
don't
now
wanna
I
be
have
in
to
a
worry
relationship.
about like another mouth to feed, or like
Yeah.
yeah.
Be too independent. You'd
Yeah.
be too independent.
Well,
at that
I was thinking about that when we were in Italy, because I get nervous in like big cities and crowds and stuff.
Join the club.
But I get even more nervous when I'm with someone else that I care about, because then I'm like, worst case, I can't just like run away. I want to take care of this person.
I gotta
too.
drag
Like,
this person with me.
well,
Yeah.
no, like I want to make sure that they're okay,
Yeah.
and my anxiety isn't just for me anymore. It's for me and this other person.
Right.
So it's just like this heightened level. Whereas like if I'm by myself, I probably handle it a little bit better
Yeah.
than I do.
Yeah.
I just get snippy.
Holy fuck. Oh, I get snippy. Yeah, I think too, like, okay, this is crazy to think about. So, as a male, you naturally feel protective, like you should be protective, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, think about your anxiety of thinking about the other person, but that also comes naturally to you.
Yeah.
That comes natural, right?
it's even, like,
'Cause
heightened on another
yeah,
level.
you get heightened, right?
Yeah. Well, the other thing
Think
is,
about-
like, I don't know
think
what I
about-
can do to
Dude,
help that other
but-
person or myself.
Yeah.
That's the other part of it, too.
Think about though how a girl feels in a crowd like that, and she's like, I'm trying to worry about myself because I'm trying to protect myself. Probably feels a little bit of comfort that like a male, if you were with your wife,
Yeah.
and like feel some sort of comfort that like you're there to protect her, but at the same time like think about their anxiety level. Whereas it comes naturally to
Yeah.
us to be protective, in that scenario where you're in a foreign city, maybe kind of a sketchy place, or you're in a foreign area that you don't know, as a female being more vulnerable in a scenario that way, their anxiety is probably off the charts.
You know what's weird? Like, she was less, like, anxious about everything. Maybe it's because she's just, like, better in cities and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's more extroverted
Yeah, I
than
was
me.
gonna say it's probably more the extroverted thing.
So, like, it was, like, a good balance. I definitely couldn't be with someone that was, like, just like me on, like, traveling and
yeah. I couldn't
big
either.
crowds and big cities
Yeah.
and stuff, because it would stress me out too much. I need someone like
Yeah.
I have that just
Yeah.
like kind of balances me out a little bit.
Dude, that's the crazy thing, because she probably doesn't feel the anxiety that
Yeah,
maybe some girls feel.
Yeah.
Like they're super anxious about it. Probably more anxious than a guy, because we're in a protective state of mind, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about.
Let's ponder about it more.
Ponder.
Christian Ponder. Best QB ever. Him and Donovan McNabb.
QB1. Both QB1s, really.
Yeah.
And Dante Culpepper.
Did you ever see where I got like super into Chris D'Elia was when he was doing the Donovan McNabb things
never
with
saw
the
that.
Snapchat face filter? I'll show it to you later. But he would do like the squish face, like where it kind of makes you like, it looks like they put a rubber
Like a
band
fat
around the
baby
middle of your
face?
face.
Oh, yeah.
And he would, I'm Donovan McNabb. Like, he just this weird. He wasn't Donovan McNabb. He was a super fan of Donovan McNabb. He goes, Donovan McNabb's the best QB in the NFL. And just like he'd go off about how great Donovan McNabb was.
Oh my
Isn't it weird how your memory works? Like, I started that story by saying Chris D'Elia was doing Donovan McNabb impersonations.
How the fuck did we go from talking about Italy in a heightened state?
Ponder, dude.
Ponder.
Yeah. Christian Ponder just bringing people together. Tearing fans apart, but bringing families together.
Dude, that's like a play on words. Like when I played football, Ponder, Christian Ponder, Culpepper, bring it to football.
Okay.
You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
That's like a play on
Segway
words.
scooters.
They would come up with names for the offensive linemen, and one of them was Alex. Probably can't say his last name.
Yeah.
Well, it's too late now. I fucked it because I should have said his last name because that was the play on words.
Oh, okay.
First name, not the play on
So
words.
this story is pointless.
Completely pointless. His name ended up being Booger. You guys can figure out how to get to the rest of it.
Okay.
First name Alex. Good luck.
I don't think they're going to be able to do it. 'Cause I can't do it.
Last name was the play on words. Last name was the play on words.
Booger? Sugar?
You do the math.
Dude, I can't do it.
No, I'm dead serious. Totally fucked it. Totally
You
fucked
just-
it.
that wasn't
I
his
totally
name?
fucked it.
That
No,
wasn't his name?
no, I can't tell you his last name though.
Oh.
I can't say his last. I probably shouldn't say his last name. Well, I could.
Whisper it to me. What?
All right, so we're gonna see if he can figure it out.
I can't. Didn't you just tell me that
Yeah, I
doesn't
told you
rhyme?
his last name. No, it's a play on words though, so it doesn't have to be a rhyme. It's just like
Oh.
how you get there, or like how did you get there? Yeah, it's a play on words.
Oh, I'm never gonna get there. I'm not good at riddles, dude. This is a logic puzzle? Can't
Okay,
do
here,
it.
actually, I can start with the second thing. I can start with how they got there from his last name.
Okay.
And then only the people in that room are going to know exactly who I'm talking
Kind
about.
of like you had to be there to figure this out.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Airplane, airport, kids, pick, nose, pick, booger.
Okay.
You're still not going to figure the two thing. You're still not going to figure out the one thing that connects that.
I'm not even sure what I'm trying to figure out at this point. Am I trying to figure out this guy's last name?
The play on words. The play on words, his nickname, how we did Culpepper, Ponder, how we got to Dante Culpepper, Crystalia, talking about Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
Play on words. I was just explaining another story. An inside story. Trying to let the tribe in without letting them in. You know?
You've taken an inside story and put it deeper inside. Where
Hey.
I'm so confused right now.
Hey, guess what? You've succeeded because now you've pissed me off. You wanted to figure
how
out.
I did that?
You
Flipped it right around
You
on you.
wanted to start. You wanted to
Flipped it
do
right
this
around.
podcast, and this is where you thought we would end up. Guess what? This is where we're ended up. You pissing me off. Sorry.
I didn't even try to.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
hap-
been a fun podcast.
I'm happy that happened.
I mean, we can keep going. I might be pissed the rest of the time, though.
What does this say? Heads up, the maximum recording time for segments is 60 minutes. Keep an eye on the clock. We got 4 minutes, dude.
Tell them to relax.
I think we can do another segment, though, and then we'll just mesh them together, because you can do as many as you want.
Yeah, we could do that.
And keep going.
And we can let the tribe in. Hey guys,
Yeah.
first time, we don't know what we're doing.
I thought this was going to be 5 minutes. We were just going to give up.
Yeah, but then you wanted to keep going and you thoroughly pissed me off.
That's true.
So how are you gonna bring us back?
Can't remember if there's anything else I want to talk about.
There's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Let's see if I got it.
I told you about the Irishman.
Dude, customer fucking service.
No, yeah.
I mean, we have to touch on this. Probably because it's thoroughly affected both. It thoroughly
Yeah.
affected both of us with one thing.
You know what? Let's wrap this one up, and then
Okay.
we'll just go into another one, and we can just backlog some of these and just release them all at the same time.
Okay, man.
Okay. Cool. Well, that was episode number 1 of You Had to Be There, and I think we actually covered some stuff where you had to be there, so you're going to be completely lost by now. But,
And if you have questions, send them to us.
yeah.
Probably can't answer them, but we'll
Get on board, join the tribe, and you'll figure out what the fuck we're talking about. YouTube, Furry Turkey. Instagram, Furry Turkey. Twitter, Furry Turkey.
if you can't figure out how to spell it,
Facebook, Furry Turkey.
don't bother.
Follow us, subscribe. I don't know, we're coming out with some cool shit, some funny
Follow
t-shirts.
us, subscribe to the tribe.
There you go.
It's been
That's
fun.
it. Peace. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oops.